Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about the Bellingham Festival of Music's upcoming concert on Sunday, July 13th at 4 p.m. at the Hotel Leo. This is a very exciting concert because it's going to feature two serenades, Dvořák's Serenade for Wind Instruments and Tchaikovsky's Serenade for Strings. And it's particularly exciting because it's going to be conducted by myself and the other conducting fellow, Valerie Saul. This is our opportunity to share what we've been learning and working on over the summer with artistic director Marcelo Leninger. And it's our first opportunity to be able to conduct the members of the festival orchestra in a live performance. And we're so excited to share what we've been working on with you. The first work on the program, which I will be conducting, is Dvořák's Serenade for Wind Instruments, Opus 44. Now, this piece is scored for two oboes, two clarinets, two bassoons, a contrabassoon, three horns, cello, and double bass for a unique instrumentation. In 1877, Dvořák visited Vienna, where he attended a concert of Mozart, where he heard Mozart's Serenade for Wind Instruments in B flat. Dvořák was so inspired by this that he set out to compose a work of his own in the same genre. Now, this work is meant to be an homage to Mozart in many ways, but Dvořák also said that it's supposed to be reminiscent of performances that took place in castles during the Rococo period. This is an environment where the aristocracy and musicians from the lower classes would mingle and merge together. And Dvořák uses this serenades as an opportunity, as he often does, to incorporate elements of Czech folk music into the music. He called it in a Slavonic style. This was right before he wrote his more famous Slavonic dances, featuring elements of folk music from his native Bohemia, now the Czech Republic. The first movement is a traditional introductory march, very reminiscent of music also from the late Baroque period. The second movement is a minuet, although the middle section is quite distinctively a Czech furiant. This is a fast dance in 3/4 time, and then the minuet comes back again. The third movement is very lyrical and slow, definitely meant to be an homage to Mozart's work. And then the finale, very exciting, is very much in the character of a polka. Now, Dvořák brings back the main theme that we heard in the first movement, the march theme, towards the end of this final movement, before it ends in a very brilliant sort of coda. You'll notice that Tchaikovsky does the same thing in his Serenade for Strings, which will be conducted by the other conducting fellow, Valerie Saul. Tchaikovsky's famous Serenade for Strings was written in 1880, just a few years after Dvořák composed his Serenade for Wind Instruments. And also like Dvořák, it's meant to be an homage to Mozart. In fact, Mozart was Tchaikovsky's favorite composer. The first movement in particular, which Tchaikovsky calls, curiously, Piece in the Form of a Sonatina, is very much meant to evoke the style of Mozart. It begins with a slow introduction, a very famous string chorale featuring towering chords and fortissimo, which gradually dies away until the main allegro section of the movement begins. This features a lot of dancing rhythms. It's very light in character, clearly meant to evoke the style of Mozart and, in particular, Tchaikovsky's love of Mozart's music. The second movement is a waltz, and Tchaikovsky was a master of writing waltzes, and this is perhaps one of his finest. It's a real earworm. It's hard to get out of your head. Truly beautiful. The third movement is entitled Elegy, and it features some really mournful and profoundly beautiful melodies, and is very slowly paced and truly evocative. Ends with some beautiful harmonics in the strings. And then the finale is actually quotes two Russian folk songs. Begins slowly, and then it works up into a real fast dance. This Russian folk song is sort of taken apart, put back together again. Then at the end, we hear, just as we did in Dvořák's Serenade, we hear the opening of the first movement, the main theme, that a towering string chorale, come back once again to unite the works cyclically by the reuse of this theme. This theme sort of dies away, and the folk tune comes back and eventually takes over and finishes off the serenade in a blaze of glory. So we hope you'll enjoy this upcoming concert at the Hotel Leo. Hope to see you there.